Hey guys, the birds are out here. Can't tell if that's a squirrel or not. Today we're carving a Native American bust, and I'm really pleased. I'll put some B-roll on this. Very pleased with the way it turned out, and I hope that you enjoy it. I don't know what else to say except for let's get into it. Welcome back, guys. All right, today we've got another piece of basswood. This is 7.5 centimeters long, or 3 inches long, by about 1.25 inches wide, or 34 millimeters wide. In addition, today we're going to be using the Flexcut knife, which is 1.25 inch blade. This is not the usual thing for me, but I'm using this today because I'm just testing out, still just testing out the Flexcut portable knife. This is called the Carve Jack 2.0, and they were sent me this, and I did a review on it, and I've just been trying to put it through its paces. So that's why I'm using this. You can use your own straight blade knife at home. I've got a ruler, a pencil, a strop, and some notes here. So let's get into it. So first thing I want to do is start to round the corners. I want to make sure that these corners aren't digging in my hands because, gosh, that's no fun. And there we go. Corners cut. I guess it's the only time in life where it's a good thing to cut corners. So, all right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to trim this head down to about 3.5 centimeters, or what does that come to? Oh, about 1 inch and just shy of 1.5 inches of width at the top here. And I'm starting at about the 2-inch mark. Or, gosh, all these conversions, guys. Some of these I didn't already do, but 4.5 centimeters-ish, close to 5 centimeters from the top down. I'm going to start to narrow here. So I'm going to leave a little edge for the shoulder, and you'll see. Don't worry too much yet. Now you could mark it with your pencil. I'm just kind of guesstimating the position. Now I'm going to take the corners off of the top of what will be the head. See, I'm just rounding those corners. My goodness, it's a beautiful day out here. Stunning day. It's cool, but not too cool. And that's what they say about me. This is no one ever. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of time to strop this because I'm seeing a little line. And I like to do this on camera. I know most of the whittlers on YouTube don't do this on camera, and it might be boring for some of you, but I hope it's a reminder that if you're carving and you're having a hard time, that it could be that your knife is dull, and you should take the time to strop your tool, because nothing more important than a sharp tool. What was it that, I'm going to butcher the quote, but something to the effect of, and God, who knows if he even said this, but didn't Abraham Lincoln say that if he was given a day to chop a log down, he'd spend most of it sharpening his axe? All right, so now we're going to come down from the top here. Let's see what the total height is on this face. Let's do that, because there's a couple of measurements, as you can tell, I didn't take. So about 3.5 centimeters from the top here. Now the nice thing about us Americans is almost all the rulers that we use have both, American and metric. And so, yeah, we have the ability, us Americans, to adapt. We just don't do it. So, all right, so I'm creating a stop cut underneath this chin. So it's a V cut, like so. Just like that. Okay. And I'm coming underneath. This is going to be the chin. This is going to be the chin. And I want to leave it fairly square. I don't want to point it too much because we want this guy to have a manly, broad chin. We want to do this guy due diligence since we can make him. Right? Some of us would make our chins broader if we could. I know I would. All right, so this is the inner insecurities are coming out. The Next step I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a cut for about a centimeter and a half from the top. So I can just mark that with my knife, although many of you would rather use a pencil, and you probably should because you're more likely to cut yourself this way, but I just made a little indent there. So once again, 1.5 inches from the top, and this is going to be his brow ridge. Just like that. Okay, now I'll carve a little bit of material above there, carving this forehead back, above that V-cut, like so, and then I'll make this cut once again. And I'm starting to actually kind of curve downward into this valley here, if you can see that. That's what I'm after. Okay. That line won't quite go away in the blade. All right, now I'm going to extend this line that we've made over a little bit and start to turn it downward. So a slight downward turn, right? Okay. Okay. Nice. I'm going to come down about 1 centimeter from that line. Grab our pencil here, or our ruler rather. 1 centimeter. Maybe a little less than 1 centimeter, that seems a little long. I don't know, 8 or 9 mil. Come in, establish another V-cut right there. Okay. Now we can go on either side of this about 1/4 inch or so, or what is that, 6 millimeter apart from one another. On the center line here, make a triangle cut on either side of this V-cut that we made. Notice that, see that? So I came straight in on this, just about 1 millimeter up or 2, and then a little triangle, angling it this way, and then this way. And those angles should all meet to create a chip that pops out. Just like that. Okay. Come in on either side with a scoop cut. Beautiful. All right. And I'm going to make another cut. Oh, let's say about 3/4. Say if we divide this into quarters, or into thirds, I'm sorry, into thirds. Line here and a line here. You can do that with the pencil. You'll be able to see it a lot easier. So I'll do that really quickly. 1 here, and then 1 here. See that? Divided this area from the nose to the bottom of the chin into thirds. We want the mouth to be on this dividing line of the first and second third. So I'm going to make a V cut here. And if you had a V tool, you can also use a V tool for this. Notice that. Look at, we almost have a profile. The same way, remember how we curved this line downward? We came in with our V-cut, but we took the V-cut at an angle. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to do the same thing here with this mouth. We're going to take it down, slight downward angle. Just like that. Okay? All right. Let's narrow his head up a little bit. Got a reference photo out here. Let me just pull that up. Here's my reference photo. Okay, now I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to make a cut for the hairline up top here. Now I'm coming, gosh, I must be coming just about, well, why don't we find out? About 1/2 centimeter, 5 mil, from the top of the carving, but at an angle here, right? Like so, establishing the hairline. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Goose are saying hello. Hello from Mr. and Mrs. Goose. Hey guys. They can't hear me. Alright, coming in here with the cut at the top. I'm serious, guys. This is Probably one of the best days we've had all summer so far. A high of 79. It's a little bit warmer than yesterday, which is good. I don't mind a little bit of heat. I love the, anytime we're in the 70s in Michigan, I'm happy. So I just created this V channel up top here. I'm going to carry it over. Carry it on down. Carry it on down the side of the face, just like so. All right, I'll come in with my knife, meeting that cut, and just make a little bit of a V channel. Just like so, establishing the side of the face. And while we're at it, I'm going to make a cut along the side of the face. This whole face is probably not going to be, definitely not more than 1 inch wide. No, less than that, maybe even 7/8 wide. And it tapers down at the jaw to about 3/4 of an inch. Okay, I know you want your metric for that, so what is that? Oh, I don't know. I don't know, whatever it is, 17 millimeter, 16, 18, something like that. At the chin. So I'm kind of narrowing down like so. Okay, I'm extending the lines down. Notice how the face kind of widens at the cheekbone. Right at the at the brow ridge, coming down off the side of the brow ridge, kind of widens out. That's what we're after here. All right, now I'm going to come in with my knife, and I'm going to take another scoop cut out of the side of this guy's face, around the other side of the nose. So scooping out, and if you need to practice that cut, it's kind of a difficult cut for some people, but practice it on a scrap piece of wood. Just grab a piece of wood and practice scooping. Scooping through the wood, turning the blade as it's going through. And you'll learn the grain. Whoa, it's lost my guy. And you'll start to learn the grain and the structure of the wood and how it behaves. You know, great control of your knife blade, which is what allows you to do these really finite adjustments. All right. I'm going to define the jaw a little bit more. Come along the side of the jaw, create a V cut here. Just like that. V cut here. I'm going to create a collar. I'm just going to come beneath the chin. Or really, it could be a necklace. Beneath the chin, coming in with the knife, like so. And then I'm going to carve down to that line. Little chunks at a time, guys. If you start pushing really hard and forcing the blade to do stuff it doesn't want to do, you're way more likely to stab yourself. And even if you're wearing a glove, which you should be wearing a glove, you're not going to come out unscathed, put it that way. A glove will not protect you from stab wounds, that's for sure. Even those fancy steel fishmonger gloves that I bought, you can still stab yourself with them. It's definitely safer to have those, but my hands are slippery today. Second time I almost dropped this thing. All right, so I'm coming in, narrowing the cheekbone, actually I'm coming right below the cheekbone, called the zygomatic arch. Making a little scoop cut. Back to that scoop cut, notice how important this is for this project, the scoop cut is so important. The most important. It's so important. I don't know. My Trump accent's pretty bad. That's okay. When they saw this carving, they said, "Wow, it's important." I'm sorry. Why is everyone has to do a Trump accent now, or impression? I mean, all right. So I'm coming along. I'm extending the hairline down, like so. I'm gonna keep going over those cut lines until a chunk falls out. Back and forth. Okay. Do another one on the other side to create a braid. A couple of V-cuts on both sides. If you had a V-tool, I'm serious, this would just be so much breezier and easier. I guess that means the same thing, be a breeze. So do use that if you have one. I'm going to bring his shirt down. I'm in between those two braids that we just made. Like so. How can you not have fun when you're out here and in the beautiful sunny skies, nice and cool in the morning? I like carving in the morning outside because it's still cool enough to be really enjoyable. You know, you're not quite in the summertime and the heat. In the summer, you know, really even in Michigan, you can get temperatures into the 90s and higher, and that with the humidity factored into that, it's just nice to be out here early in the morning. Really is. So, okay, so we can go on either side if we want to create a little necklace instead of a collar here. So we can go right below that line, I mean a millimeter or two right below that line that we just made, coming alongside of it with another cut and another V stop cut to chip that out, and then that gives us our little necklace. Okay, so I'm going to put his shoulder right here. It's really kind of up to you where to put the shoulders as far as if you wanted to have really broad shoulders, but within reason. You know, I mean, you don't want to go too much lower than the chin, which is where I'm at here, starting kind of at the chin. Okay. Cool. All right, now let's make something. It's called the, first of all, let me take the angle of the nose up a little bit. Okay. Well, we could have left the nose a little wider, maybe a little over, maybe like 8 millimeter instead of 6 millimeter, or at least 7 millimeter in hindsight. But that's just who this guy is. This is not the guy that I was originally intending on carving, and that's the beauty of carving, is that you have a plan, and yet it diverges, and sometimes it surprises you in a good way. Okay, so I'm going to make little cuts on either side. Remember this triangle cut that we made on either side of the nose earlier? Well, I'm going to extend this a line from that triangle cut down into the side of the face to make the frown line. This is really helping to shape the mouth mound too, because I'm coming in and I'm taking a big section out from underneath the nose, right above the upper lip, or at the upper lip. See that? Take some of the sharpness out of the chin. Like a squirrel knocked one of my pencils over. Okay, I'm going to take the knife marks out of those cheeks here. And one thing we can do is create the mid-face groove, which is a really interesting groove because it kind of runs along parallel with the smile lines that we just created on either side of the mouth, but it's just above them. So just above that is another kind of V groove. I mean, maybe 2 millimeters above that. So I'll make a stop cut and a relief cut, stop cut, relief cut, until that thing, yep, there it is, it comes out. And then we've got the mid-face groove, which I love the name of that because it's so easy to remember. It's just describing what it is. It's a groove in the middle of the face. I love when it works out like that because sometimes my memory is, it doesn't stick, some of these names, you know, as with anyone. Okay, I'm going to make a little cut at the brow ridge, raise the brow, inside corner of the brow, just giving him a look of concern. I find that my face looks like this when I'm just resting, so maybe he's not concerned, maybe he's just like me. Resting concerned face, I call it. All right. What on earth? What was that? I'm telling you, those squirrels are playing with my stuff. I'm watching my back. I'm expecting a squirrel to come out of the woods, steal my carving. Probably a chipmunk, honestly. Those chipmunks. Okay. Now I'm gonna give his eyes kind of a squint to them, and so I'm just gonna come in with my blade and make an almond shape, one curved and then another curved cut, until you can kind of see him peering out. Check that chip out. See that? I'll do the same thing over here. This is a technique that I picked up from Ron Adamson, actually. He would carve eyes like this at times. Just a little slot. That's if my memory serves me correctly. It could be wrong, Ron. Hopefully I'm not offending his process here. Okay. I'm just narrowing up the face a little bit more. Create a little groove, a little V-cut right under the eye to create the lower lid. I'll come underneath that to relieve it. Same thing over here. A line, meeting that line. And it'll come on the inside corner of the eye, make it a little bit more pronounced there, inside corner. And we're going to keep this very simple, guys. We're not going to, well, I know for some of you this already seems like a challenge. For sure, don't be dismayed. That's the case. But I'm not going to take this one maybe as far as some carvings. I'm going to keep it as simple as I can, as though it could get, it already is pretty challenging. I'm just admitting to the fact that if you guys are struggling with it, it's not an easy carve. It's a definite, if it's a beginner carving, it's definitely one that folks need to try later in their journey, you know, in their beginner journey. So, you know, I don't know about that I say stuff like that, but that's what really excited me when I started carving, was realism and portraiture and all that. And I think I got better quicker because I really strived to try and do more challenging projects. So even if you are a beginner, why not challenge yourself? Why not? I'm gonna take the hair down. because he's got that, you know, bear grease in his hair, most likely, or it might be greased, might not be, but brings his hair a little bit tighter to his head. All right. I could go crazy with this, guys, and just keep carving all day, but this is good enough. I'm gonna open up his mouth a little bit with the upper lip rather. Tuck that inside corner of the lower lip in. Can create some marionette lines, a little V cut at the edge corner of his mouth. All right, that's that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this project. I'm keeping it, just gonna stop it right there. There are just so many ways we could take this thing. But again, I wanted to keep you engaged and keep you following along. We'll do some more, maybe some more advanced projects in the future, but this is what we've got so far. You can do a whole necklace pattern all the way down if you wanted to. It's up to you if you want to go crazy with a necklace pattern, but I'm just going to stop while I'm ahead, huh? All right, guys. Thanks for watching again, and see you in the next one. Oh, and by the way, if you want to learn to carve faces in wood, I've got a book out. I wish I brought it out here with me, but yeah, I can put a little picture right here. Yeah, it's called Carving Faces in Wood, and it's a book that I wrote to help people like you who are interested in this sort of thing. So if that's something that you are interested in, you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed learning about faces, carving faces, or you're already trying to master your skills, check out the book. It's called Carving Faces in Wood, and it's out everywhere you can buy a book, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all that. So, all right, see you guys. Whoa, Nelly, I forgot the nostrils, guys. We can't forget the nostrils. Sorry about that. So I'm back. So to do the nostrils, I'm going to extend the corner, so basically extending the line of this smile line here, but I'm turning it up into the side of the nose, into that side profile, taking a little hair's worth of material out of it. Wow, that airplane's timing is perfect. Notice that. See how I created that? I'll show you over here. So I'll come in. That airplane. Extending that line with a little V cut. Okay? You can take some of the squareness out of the nose tip as well. And then nostril-wise, I just like to take the knife and a little scoop turn. Wow. Sounds like I'm in an airplane. Same thing here, a little scoop cut. Little scoopy scoop. All right. Just a little scoopy scoop. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Look how much better it looks now with a little scoopy scoop in there. And I did do a little trimming up, cleaning up on it as well. Okay? How about that? Come on. Tell me you're not having fun. Okay, now I actually leave you. Oh, fill trim. Do a little fill trim, little V groove above the lip right there. That's always nice. How about that? Okay. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Check out the online school too in the description if you're trying to learn more about faces. There's a ton, over 100 videos on the webpage. I don't know, 60 or 70 or I don't know how many projects now, 80 projects, I can't remember. Lots of projects on there on face carving, realistic portraiture and all that, so check that out. All right, see you guys.